Sunday morning in paradise. The sun was rising over the Hawaiian island. December 7th, 1941. A quiet Sunday morning in paradise. The sun was rising over the Hawaiian Islands, casting a golden glow over the waters of Pearl Harbor. For most Americans stationed there, it was just another peaceful day. But within moments, everything would change. At 7:48 a.m., the skies over Oahu erupted in chaos. Japanese aircraft, in a meticulously planned surprise attack, descended upon Pearl Harbor with deadly precision. Explosions rocked the harbor. Battleships were engulfed in flames. The United States Pacific Fleet was under siege. But in the middle of this inferno, two young Army Air Corps pilots, George Welch and Kenneth Taylor, awoke to the sound of distant bombs. The two had been out late the night before, attending a formal dance, followed by a round of poker that lasted into the early morning hours. When the attack began, they were still at their temporary base at Wheeler Field, miles away from their aircraft. Without hesitation, Welch and Taylor jumped into Taylor's car and sped toward Haleiwa Airfield, where their Curtiss P-40 Warhawk fighters were stationed. The drive was 11 miles of pure urgency. No radios, no orders, just instinct and courage. Along the way, they were strafed by Japanese planes, forcing them to weave and dodge even before reaching their cockpits. When they arrived, the airfield was nearly deserted. Ground crews, startled by the sudden appearance of the two pilots, rushed to ready their aircraft. With no formal scramble order and no backup, Welch and Taylor took off into the chaos. The P-40s roared into the sky, outmatched in number and element of surprise, but not in spirit. Almost immediately, they engaged a formation of Japanese planes. Welch scored a hit, downing a Japanese Zero, the nimble, deadly aircraft that had been terrorizing the skies. Taylor followed suit, shooting another out of the air. Despite being heavily outnumbered, they kept fighting. They landed to rearm and refuel, then took off again, twice, during the second sortie. They climbed to over 20,000 feet and ambushed a group of dive bombers heading for the harbor. Their quick strikes and fearless aggression disrupted the formation, saving more ships and lives than we'll ever truly know. By the end of the attack, the two men had collectively shot down at least 6 enemy aircraft. Some accounts credit them with even more. What they did that day wasn't just heroic. It was nearly impossible. They had no orders, no squadron, no support. Just 2 pilots in 2 planes, going up against an armada. George Welch and Kenneth Taylor were later awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for their actions. Welch even went on to become a test pilot, and was rumored to be the first man to break the sound barrier before Chuck Yeager, though it was never officially recorded. Their courage on that morning didn't just symbolize American resilience. It helped spark a nation's resolve. While much of Pearl Harbor lay in ruins, these 2 men had shown that the enemy could be fought and beaten. In the darkest moment of surprise and destruction, Welch and Taylor gave America something priceless: hope. This is a story of 2 warriors, 2 P-40s, and one unforgettable morning when they rose to meet history head-on.